Hi, everyone. It's Anthony Mason, co-host of CBS This Morning. We're live on Instagram, and we are about to be joined by Lewis Capaldi, the young Scottish singer-songwriter who is out in L.A. because he's up for a Grammy for Song of the Year for his song Someone You Loved, which started in the UK and was number one for 7 weeks. And then it came over here and was number one for 3 weeks at the top of the Billboard charts. And he's joining us now. Lewis, thank you very much. How you doing?
I'm so well. Every bone in my body is tingling. The joy is coursing through my veins. And I have to say, what an honour it is to be here with CBS This Morning at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Lewis, how long have you been out in LA for the Grammys?
I've been in it. Oh, you're freezing up on me now. You've got 3G.
You still
I've
still
been
with
in
us?
LA for
He's like,
a matter of hours. I got here at earlier yesterday, and then straight from the airport, I went to see Coldplay. And let me tell you, those boys can really play. Nothing. Oh, they're cold. Am I right? They can play. They can play in the cold.
They're cold and they can play.
Yeah, they could nothing. They were. It was if anything, they should call themselves warm play, because that's how they made me feel. They made me feel very warm inside. So it was a delicious evening, and yeah, I've not done anything else since then.
So, Lewis, how did you hear that you were nominated for a Grammy?
So I was in my house in Scotland, and they were doing like the announcement thing, like the live stream thing on Twitter. And let me tell you, when I'm in my house, I was sitting like this on my laptop. That's what my laptop was saying. That's how it usually sits. And then I go, so I'm watching and I'm typing and I'm looking away. I'll give you a reaction. This is what happened. So the camera's my laptop screen, and I'm sitting looking, and they're saying, and best song of the year. Here we go. Here, and then they were like Lizzo, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and then they said, "Someone You Love," Blues Party, and I went, what?
What?
I went, what? What is this? I didn't move because I'm very lazy. I didn't move in the slightest, but I was elated, I have to say, and I inside I was jumping for joy, but actually I was sitting, as I said, I was sitting like this. So, but it was lovely. It was a great day. Sorry, I was kind of too relaxed there a minute ago. Here we are.
I saw a video of that room, and one of the things I loved about it was your carousel of sunglasses.
Oh yeah,
you look like you're on your way to being Elton John with all those.
Well, Elton John without his talent or his money or anything like that. I'm just his glasses. Yes, that's it. That's all. But yeah, I'm a big fan of a sunglass. Nothing worse than being blinded by the sun. So I try my best to prevent that. And it's actually a very serious topic, and I think everyone should take a leaf out of my book when it comes to not being blinded by the sun. Also wear your sun cream. Also.
Lewis, you've been writing songs for a long time. I mean, do you have a particular process?
Recently it's been going. I've been writing songs since I was 9 years old, and but I think now I kind of go in and I sit at the. What I do is I light some candles. I sit down at the piano. Just have a moment to myself. Breathe, deep ones in, deep ones out, and then I proceed to hate myself for 4 hours while I try to come up with something that doesn't sound absolutely terrible. And I do this for a long time, and it's a lot of self-loathing. And then eventually, just a little moment or two at the end, there seems to be a nice melody comes, and I say, well, thank God all that self-loathing was worth something. But yeah, so I basically just sit at the piano for a long time. Don't enjoy I get really down on myself, and I'm like, oh, you're so bad at this. And then eventually, a song comes out, and I'm like, woohoo, come on. Do you know what I mean? Not all of them are good songs.
Is the melody something that comes to you at the end usually, or do you start with a lyric, or does it? It's obviously it could be different every time.
It depends. Yes, it depends. Whatever was tickling my pickle on that particular day. It is a case of me being like, sometimes I'll have a lyric written down on my phone that I'll think of, and then I'll bank it, and I'll be like, oh, I'll listen, I'll go to that later. Sometimes it's a melody that hits me, that hits me like, you know, like a wet fish, and I'll just slap that one down.
That's a pretty good feeling, I guess, the wet fish melody, huh?
Oh, for sure. And listen, it leaves a lovely stench upon you when you get slapped like a wet fish with a wet fish. I mean, you don't slap a wet fish. Never mind. But yeah, so basically, it's a beautiful process, and I'm so lucky to get to do it for a job.
Yeah, you've been pretty upfront about how sometimes you have panic attacks on stage. Yeah, and I was really interested by the fact that you're trying to also in your concerts make sure that people who have anxiety, you know, have a place to go. And what made you decide to be so open about all that?
Well, I just thought. I mean, the panic attacks that I was having on stage, I've not had like a panic attack in like maybe like a year, but I think for me, I see it as like having panic attacks and being anxious and stuff. I see it as, I wouldn't hesitate to tell someone that I had diarrhea. Do you know what I mean? See, if I had diarrhea, I'd say to you, look guys, I can't do anything today because I've got diarrhea. I'm laid up in bed. It's a mess. Do you know what I mean? And then, right, if I'm anxious, it's the same thing. I say to people, look, I'm really sorry, but I'm feeling anxious today, so I'm just taking it easy. Do you know what I mean? So anxiety is diarrhea of the mind. That's what I see it as, the diarrhea of the mind. And I think, that's what I had. And then when we did the thing with the shows and stuff, it's a thing called Live Live that we came up with. And it's basically to get people. We were having a lot of messages from people being like, I want to come to the shows, but I can't because I don't do well in crowds and I get anxious and I have panic attacks in crowds. And I was thinking, right, well, I don't want to lose out on their money. So I've got to help them out. Yeah, I need to milk all these people. Do you know what I mean? Let's really get them through the door. No, but yeah, no. I feel like it's such a shame that no one gets to enjoy a gig. Like someone might not get to enjoy a gig because they have but they have anxiety. So I think what we did was it's like 50p extra or 50 cents extra onto the ticket, and it's going to fund counsellors on site at the gigs and like little kind of rooms where you could just go and sit down and stuff and just have a minute. And I think we'll see how we go. We're going to start it in the UK first and see how it goes. I mean, we're saying all this, it might be a huge disaster, so fingers crossed it's not. But we'll try our best, and hopefully it works and more people start doing it.
Well, I think it's a great idea. I noticed it in one of your videos for Someone You Love that Peter Capaldi has a very prominent role, and then I learned you guys are actually related. I interviewed him once when he became Doctor Who. He's a lovely guy.
Lovely chap. Yes, very, very nice. And he's my dad's second cousin. I'd never met him up until like last year. He came to a show. So like a lot of people think he's my dad. He's not my dad. My dad's a fishmonger from Glasgow called Mark. And he is very, very different from Peter. But yeah, so Peter was my dad's a lovely man too, so he's not like a horrible person. So yeah, Peter came and did the video free of charge, which was quite nice. But he was he was an absolute gentleman, and it was a pleasure to have him do it. And he really helped. Although a lot of people did think that Peter's in his 60s, and a lot of people who were listening to my music for the first time and saw that video, because I'm not in that video, they thought I was a 60-year-old man, which was a struggle at first. But But
it was a little confusing.
Yeah, he was amazing.
I know you haven't been in LA long, but as you may have heard, there's been some commotion this week over the Grammy and Grammy voting and accusations by the former head of the Recording Academy who got pushed out. Are the artists out there talking about these voting irregularities at all? Are you bothered by this?
I mean, other artists might be. I haven't really spoke about much with anybody else. I haven't heard about anybody else, but I'm sure there is a conversation happening about it. For me, I've just got here. I don't know much about the situation, so I can't really speak on it too much. But yeah, no. So I think, but I'm sure there's people out here speaking about it. As I say, I myself am quite an ignorant man, so I'm not
What are you looking forward to most this Grammy weekend?
Grammy weekend. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to get so drunk. I'm going to get turned. It's going to. I'm a woo. That's me. Because I've kind of conceded. I've accepted. Look, when we got announced for the nomination, I was like, I'm not going to win this. Like, it's totally fine. And I'm like, but I'm just going to go sit next. Hopefully, get a picture with Beyonce or someone, and then just get hammered.
That's a pretty big prize right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best out there. You're up for 4 Brit Awards next month as well, right?
Yes, I am. Hooray, hooray. And I'm going to let me tell you something, I'm going to get hammered there too, for sure. But yeah, no, it's been amazing. It's like, the thing is, these awards and stuff, it was never something I was, like, do you know what I mean? I never expected. So it's just a very lovely bonus. And hopefully, if you win one, your album sales go back through the roof. So fingers crossed for that one. We'll see how we get on.
Well, you've had an amazing year, Lewis. Thanks so much for spending time with us. Good luck out there in LA. I might see you somewhere. I'll come up and say hi in person if I do.
Nice one, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
All right, thank you. All the best.
Bye-bye, man. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
How do I leave? Oh, I'm leaving now.